Hi again, welcome back to our read alouds. It's Mr. Lohn. I miss seeing your faces, but hopefully you're seeing mine here and there. Hope you had a good Wednesday. We're about halfway through our spring break here, so maybe there's a few more days for you guys to get some rest before we return to at-home learning. I decided today I wanted to read from a book I read a couple weeks ago. And if you guys saw it, you might remember that I read a Swiss fairy tale version of Beauty and the Beast. And the book that I have actually has a few different versions. And today I'm going to go with the Chinese version. And the reason I'm doing that, it's always good just to see how different cultures interpret their holidays, their traditions, different books. And so today you'll find out the Chinese version of Beauty and the Beast. And it is called The Fairy Serpent. Long ago in China lived a man and his 3 daughters. Every day on his way home from work, he would stop and gather flowers. The girls would use the flowers in their embroidery patterns. One day he couldn't find any flowers on the path, so he ventured into the woods. Suddenly, a fairy serpent coiled around him. "How dare you enter my garden?" hissed the serpent. "I beg your forgiveness," said the man. "I was only looking for a few flowers for my daughters." This caught the serpent's attention. "How many daughters have you?" he asked. When the man told him, the serpent gripped tighter. "I'll let you go if you promise that you'll send one to marry me," the serpent said. Repulsed, the man offered the serpent other things, but the serpent wouldn't accept anything else. Finally, the man agreed and hurried home. The man was so distraught that he couldn't eat. Finally, one by one, his daughters tried to figure out what was wrong. The oldest daughter went first. "Bah," she said, "we're worried." "What's wrong?" Her father told her about the promise he had made to the serpent. "Will you, for my sake, marry the serpent?" he asked. "No," she said. The middle daughter was next. "Bah," she said, "we're worried. What's wrong?" Again the father told his story. "Will you marry the serpent?" he asked. "No," she too replied. The youngest daughter went last. "Bah," she said, "why haven't you eaten?" For the 3rd time he explained his promise to the serpent. "Will you marry the snake?" he asked. "If you promise you'll eat again," she said, "I'll go when he calls for me." So the father ate, and for a few days everything was fine. Then one morning, as the girls were embroidering, a wasp flew in. "I buzz and sting, fast and faster. Who will wed my serpent master?" said the wasp. The girls chased the wasp away. The next morning, 2 wasps came. "We buzz and sting, faster and faster. Who will wed our serpent master?" Again, the girls shooed the wasps away. The next day, a swarm of wasps appeared, and the youngest daughter knew she could delay no longer. She said farewell to her family and followed the wasps. The fairy serpent was waiting for her outside a splendid palace. Inside, there was beautiful furniture and chests full of silk, jade, and gold. It was everything anyone could ask for. The girl was surprised, but thankful for the serpent's thoughtfulness. During the wedding dinner, she said, "Thank you for everything. I will try to be a good wife." For several weeks, the girl did everything she could. The serpent treated her like a queen. Soon the girl grew to love having the serpent around. She was sad when he couldn't be near. One day she found the well dry. She went to the far part of the forest to find water. It was hard to carry that big bucket, but she knew her husband needed it. When she returned, she found the snake dying. Quickly, she splashed him with water. "Please don't die," she said. "I love you." Magically, the snake transformed into a handsome man. "Thank you," he said, kissing his bride. "I was under a spell, but your love has set me free." And that is the way the Chinese version of Beauty and the Beast goes. So if you want, you can talk to someone about some of the similarities that maybe you noticed, some of the differences you saw. It's always good to compare different stories, especially fairy tales, which have a different take from one version to the next. So that was a quick one today, and again, I'll see you back soon. We'll do another read aloud together. Take care.